FOG Andrew here from the family of gamers. Welcome, more gamers, to an exciting, awesome episode. Alright, so, it's been like a month or two since I did a video talking about Rayman, the Ubisoft video game series, is getting a board game. So, I talked about that, and we had some details, and we had some more stuff come out about it, but I didn't really talk about it too much, because there's just very little details. But now, on the 17th of September, the Kickstarter has finally launched, so we're going to officially take a look at that right now. So here is the Rayman board game Kickstarter page. I'm going to have this linked in the description. They wanted, it's converting from Canadian dollars, so they wanted $50,000 Canadian, and they made $132,980 Canadian so far, or 36,000 US dollars and 97,000 US dollars they're at. I think it was funded in about 30 minutes, which is pretty dang good for something like this. I mean, you know, listen, I like the Rayman video games. The Rayman video games are pretty fun, and this is kind of like the first Rayman. So let's see, that's still going up. This is like the first like real Rayman thing we've gotten in a while, so it's pretty exciting. So let's take a look here. We see some of the miniatures and stuff like that. Experience Rayman in a whole new board game adventure. Play as one of your favorite heroes from the Glade of Dreams in a thrilling race, dodging dangers and rescuing the Teensies. Designed by Flyos and Maxime Tardif. Excuse me if I mispronounced that there. But what do you get in the box? So, double-sided game boards, which is cool. So you can, I think there's gonna be like, there's like 4 different maps or that you can fully do. So that's pretty cool. These vinyl figures, which are colored, like they're painted. I don't know if they're painted or they're like just molded with those colors or something. I saw something about that. And then you'll also be getting, 54 action cards and player cards, boss cards, projectile cards, 1 single die, bunch of tokens, and the rulebook. So we'll get to how to play stuff, but expansion wise and the add-ons they got is the 5 to 6 player expansion, which adds Murphy and the Queen Teensy herself, which is kind of cool. So 2 new players, and then you could do 5 to 6 players, and then a double-sided game board, so it adds an additional 2 boards there, as well as a new boss that can be in there. So a little bit of I guess you know, variability and replayability with all the different boards and bosses and whatnot. And then okay, so that one is $30. I should mention that the base game is $50. They don't have the price here, but the base game is $50. And then the at least for the Kickstarter here, for the 5 to 6 player expansion, $30 for that. Now this is the set of 10 skins. So these do nothing gameplay wise. These are just skins that you can, instead of, if you want to have the Rayman figure as a knight or as a rock star, you can do that because of these skins, I guess. They're just alternate skins. This is about $60 US. You get deluxe wooden tokens for $20, a metal box for $15, and official card sleeves for $15. As well, they have these large scale figures. So I believe these are like about 2 inches high. These are about 6 or 9 or something like that. So each of these are about $21 each. So you can get one for Rayman, Barbara, Glowbox, and Grand Minimus. And they have the different pledge tiers, so we'll get to that now. $50 for the base game, and then all lucky tickets, which I'll get to. Origins, you get the base game, 5 to 6 player expansion, the 10 skins, deluxe tokens, and all the lucky tickets for $145. And then the Legends, which is basically everything that we just went over, for $255. And then here, so this is a little confused. This is the Lums tracker. There's something like you depending on how many backers they get, they're unlocking some stuff, or and whatnot. I think that's what it is. It's a little, it just says for every backer, a new lum is collected. The more backers that join the adventure, the more lums we gather, unlocking exciting new content for everyone. Spread the word in your own special way, and let's light up this campaign together, which I agree. If you're interested in this, check out the link in the description, and if you want to back it, back it. So far, I didn't see how many. Let's go back up. How many? So 690 backers right now with 21 days to go. So the first one here is 4,000, which is you get the Firecracker projectile card and tokens, and then the Sea Breather boss cards and token. But then if they get a certain amount here, the Sea Breather is a figure on its own, which that's awesome. Okay, they should have that for all the bosses, but they don't. And then you get additional languages. All right, so then they have these lucky tickets. So this is similar to the Worms board game that they were doing. There's no stretch goals here. What they're doing is they're doing basically like revealing stuff every 2 days during the campaign of exclusive stuff that you can get from the doing the Kickstarter. And the first thing is Rayman here riding a mosquito. So you get an Kickstarter exclusive figure there. So how the game works: pick a character here and grab their action cards. You then set up the game, placing the board, setting up the teensies and whatnot. Play 2 cards, add up the numbers, and then you get to move across the board, and then you can do actions by moving, jumping, gliding, slapping, rescuing the teensies and whatnot, which is kind of the main thing. You want to get 3 teensies, and then you can finish the game. And then if you get to the end with all 3 teensies, you win the race. So, and that's pretty much it for that. I mean, this is like this is like my favorite Rayman art style, so I'm glad that they're going off of like the Legends and the Origins games and whatnot. So that's cool too. Armored Toad, I believe he comes in the base game, and then Mechanical Dragon comes in the 5 to 6 player expansion there. Here's some actual product shots. The minis are really cool. They seem like it's cool because they're not painted. They don't seem painted there. And then delivery, I think it said in June of 2025. So, all right, Rayman the board game. Here's the deal with this. All right, where is it? Yeah. All right. So, essentials pledge $50 basically. You get the base game and then all of the lucky ticket extra stuff that they're showing, and then the expansion for 5 to 6 players about $30. Okay, so you're looking at about $80 total, just for the base, the base game and everything. For me personally, I would just get the essential pledge, so I can get the board game itself with all the extras, and then just get the expansion for 5 to 6 players. I don't have any interest in these large scale figures, although they are cool. I don't think they really do anything in game, so it's just kind of a collector's thing. Wood tokens I'm not a fan of. I prefer like either acrylic or cardboard. Metal box, I don't really need that. And then the card sleeves, although cool, that's a little iffy for me. Now this set of 10 skin figures, again, I'm not really a fan of, because they don't do anything to the game. They just kind of, you're just getting them as an alternate version of the character of Rayman and Glowbox and Barbara and King Minimus and whatnot. So the one thing is that, like, it's $60. It's more than the actual base board game itself. So it's like, now you could argue with like the Worms board game, they have all these miniatures and it doesn't matter who you play as, which I agree with that. But the thing is that if I'm going to play Rayman, I want to play Rayman as Rayman. You know, I don't want to play as him as a knight or whatever. It doesn't really interest me. Even in video games, I never really was interested in all these like extra skins and stuff like that unless it does something in game to help me. And it seems like that these don't. So me personally, not a fan of it. But listen, I'm not gonna bash you if you're into like these extra figures. It's cool, collectible if you're really a fan of Rayman there. So for me, I think my pledge is probably going to be the board game plus the 5 to 6 player expansion. So I will be definitely backing this with those two, and then I am very. They put out the rule book for the game as a PDF that you can read, and it interested me more after reading the rule book and actually looking at everything. It's really I thought I wasn't going to be too crazy about it, but and you know what? It's really, for those, like vinyl figures or whatever they called them, I think it's a pretty damn good deal. So again, I'm going to have this Kickstarter page linked down below. If you're interested in backing the Kickstarter, obviously go do it. It's really, for me, again, the base game with the 5 to 6 player expansion. That's really all I need for it. Gameplay wise, if those skins, let's say, did something in game, then maybe I would consider getting it. But again, I'm not too crazy about it. But I do like to see them as like collectibles, because we haven't gotten really anything Rayman video game related in a while. Now we're getting all this stuff, and now like these people that are really into Rayman are gonna get, want to get these collectibles, and go ahead. I mean, they're really cool, and even those big guys are cool too. But just me personally, as being more of a board game guy, I just want what's gonna play in the game and whatnot. So, but that's what I think about it. Let me know down in the comments below. Are you backing it? Are you on the fence? Or are you not backing it? Let me know why down in the comments below. And check out our link tree. It's in the description. It has our links to our podcast pages, our social media pages, and our Patreon, Discord. All that stuff is linked below. And then we have videos on the screen here that you can check out. And that will be it, guys. I will see you in the next one.